Another season of winter sports coverage tips off tonight on Fred TV as the Durfee boys open the home schedule against Bishop Feehan. Hello again, everybody. I'm Evan Massoud. Thanks for tuning in for high school sports coverage on Fred TV. Well, the last time we were here at the Luke Urban Fieldhouse, the Durfee Hilltoppers suffered a crushing one-point playoff loss at the hands of Brockton. It was their third matchup against Brockton of last season. They went 0-for against the Boxers. But the pages turned, and we're on to a brand new season. They are fresh off of a thrilling come-from-behind victory at Somerset last Friday, so they're 1-0 on the season, and they're looking to make it 2-0 and grab a win in front of the home crowd against the visiting Bishop Feehan Shamrocks. All the action is coming to you next on Fred TV, so stick around.
All right, folks, we're just about ready for tip-off and to get our winter sports coverage underway here on Fred TV. JV Hilltoppers came out on top 59-45 in the first game. Varsity now looking to extend what would become a 3-game winning streak against Feehan. The Hilltoppers swept the Shamrock last year, and one of those wins came right here at Durfee, 63-57 back in January. So Hilltoppers, I guess you could say, kind of have Feehan's number a little bit over the last year or so. Again, 2 straight wins against the Shamrocks, who have always given Durfee some fits. So it's kind of a changing of the tides as they get an early foul here on number 14. That's Bradford Nelson. Durfee starts with the ball. As A.B. Madrano looking to Morenci. And we're going the other direction. We got a foul on Durfee, and it's on Morenci. So fouls for both sides here in the first 30 seconds. 8-minute quarters here in high school hoops. Again, Durfee 1-0 thanks to the thrilling come-from-behind win against Somerset. And I'll tell you, we'll dive a little more into that. What an unbelievable game that was. The final 3 minutes in particular. There's a 3-ball no good. And it's taken by Tyshawn Lopes, who's got to find Morenci, and oh, it doesn't fall. No gravitational pull there on that basket. So we stay scoreless. That one coulda, shoulda, woulda gone in, but just didn't fall. There's Bradford Nelson, one of 3 captains for Shamrocks. Tipped back out. Who has it? It's the Shamrocks. Sullivan tipped it out to Nelson, who drains the 3, and the scoring is underway. Tyshawn Lopes throws it, and it looks like it was headed for Morenci again, trying to give him a reprieve. Went out of bounds with 21 seconds on the shot clock. A.B. Madrano inbounds it, and Morenci puts it in for 2. Starters for both sides. We'll run them down here for the Shamrocks. Number 1, Paul Roach. Number 5, Benjamin Pichette. Number 11, a captain, Luke Sullivan. Number 14, captain Bradford Nelson. And number 34, captain Brendan Campbell. And Shamrocks are led by longtime coach Matthew Freeman, who's been around for 17 years. Great guy. Always a pleasure to chat with him before the game. They get it back to Nelson. Already has 1-3, looking for 2. That's off the rim, right into the hands of Pichette, who puts it back for the bucket. For the Hilltoppers, it is number 2, A.B. Madrano, 13, Isaiah Morenci, 23, Brendan White, 25, Tyshawn Lopes, and number 31, Brendan Carvalho. Joe Camara and Remy Dumont both out due to injury, but Gabe De Oliveira and Nilanera are back. They were hurting against Somerset, or in that Somerset game, so they are back here and should be getting some minutes as well. Nelson going for another 3. That's no good, so he is 1 for 3 behind the arc. Coach Freeman missing Caleb Fourier too, a 6'4" center, so his presence will be missed. That's a 3. That's good. Tyshawn Lopes ties it up at 5. Of course, the Hilltoppers led by Jamison Guimond. And that goes out of play. Durfee ball. Let's talk about Somerset while we are here in the early goings before we get too much to break down in this one. So the Hilltoppers trailed by 13 points. Okay, 13 with 2:19 to play in regulation. They won 81-79. It was just a comeback for the ages. Coach Guimond says he can't even ever remember a comeback like that. Just being able to nail shot after shot, make it work. The press that they put on, he said, was just unlike anything he's ever seen before. So I know he was greatly proud of his team and the effort that was put forth by the players on opening night. I mean, Somerset, you know, it might as well be Brockton and New Bedford in terms of the rivalry factor. They hate us, we hate them. You know, it's friendly rivalry, but you sure as heck want to beat the other guy. And to pull that off at Somerset on the road is just really remarkable. So kudos to Durfee. They 1-0 thanks to that huge comeback win. Brendan White with over 30 points, a career high for him. Trying to go underneath, no good. Morency with the rebound, so a little slow with the scoring here in the early goings. Tyshawn Lopes puts it up. Morency with the rebound, loses it, going back the other direction. There was a foul, by the way, while we were breaking down the Somerset stuff, so that was on Brendan Campbell. So it's the second foul for the Shamrocks. Sullivan sent it underneath. Morency with a heck of a reach there to deny Campbell. Still a loose ball. Campbell gets it back. They get it to Roach, and they're going to reset here. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Coach Freeman calling the plays. Back to Roach, coming down on 12 seconds on the shot clock. They get it to Nelson, back to Roach. 7 seconds, got to take a shot. The Hilltoppers D is looking good early on. And Morency with a nice stop. Have some subs now. Alex Neal, number 22, and Nilanera, number 15, coming in. We'll see A.B. Medrano and Brendan Carvalho take a seat. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Got to make something happen fast. Also got to inbound the ball. And great defensive press by the Hilltoppers here in the first quarter. Feehan just could not penetrate inside the arc. That was a great stand right there. Nice crowd on hand for December 19th here, week leading to Christmas and the holiday season. Always like to get a game in before the holiday break, and so this is the one, our game of the week here. Brendan White puts it up, and he doesn't want to come down. That'll be Feehan ball. I'll tell you, after doing, I feel like I say this every year, but after doing baseball all spring and summer, football and soccer and volleyball in the fall, these 8-minute quarters here for basketball just absolutely fly by. I mean, we're already halfway through the first. 3 minutes to play in the first quarter. There's another three put up. Nelson will get the rebound, and he puts it back. He's got 5. That looks like it was tipped. Nilanera went down. So did Campbell. So did Morency. Everybody hustling back down the other end. Meanwhile, Nelson puts in another bucket. He has 7 points of the 9 for his team. Doing what a captain usually does, and that's lead the way. On the other side, threw it away right into the hands of Pichette. Lost it for a second. Morency tried to get it back, could not. Waiting to see Knobloch and Carroll on the sidelines here, ready to come in. Coach Freeman said they'd get some minutes. They've been good off the bench, and both of them set to sub in at the next break in the action. 2 minutes to play in the first quarter. Roach with the ball, takes a long three, wide to the left and off the glass. Morency to White on the rebound. Lopes calling for it. Gets it back to White. White from outside. (9-8) the score. Hilltoppers down by 1 now after the 3. So Lopes and White have both sunk one from outside. They opened up Nelson, and Nelson could not hit that one. So he hit his first one, but 0 for on his last couple shots from outside the arc. Good fake there, and another errant pass, though. Alex Neal. Foul coming as Pichette was headed to the line. And the foul is going to go on Tyshawn Lopes. That'll be his first personal foul, second team foul for the Hilltoppers. And it'll put Pichette at the line for 2. He's the only other one in the books right now for the Shamrocks. Hits the first shot. So he's got 3, and again, the other 7 belong to his captain teammate, Bradford Nelson. So Knobloch and Carroll coming in. Both free throws are good. Those are the money shots. Got to hit those. That's why they're free throws. Free chances to score. Gabe DeOliveira in for the Hilltoppers now. Number 21. Takes the place of Alex Neal. Brendan White underneath to Morency. Fouled. The basket doesn't fall, but he should be taking a couple shots now. And the foul is the 3rd for the Shamrocks, and it's on Benjamin Pichette, number 5. Joel Waters making the call. We usually see Joel maybe twice in a season here. He certainly makes his way around the league and around the high schools in the area. And Joel, Joel's our referee rather, and his co-ref there, Ryan Anderson. Second shot misses, so Durfee down by 2, almost thrown away. DeOliveira scrambling back. I'll tell you, the Hilltoppers have a few soccer players on this basketball team, so the speed and the quickness is certainly there. I mean, when you consider the size of a soccer field versus the size of a basketball court and the need for stamina in soccer, such a long game, you're running constantly. Basketball is like a sprint, right? It's like when you run cross country and then you go and you do the 1,000 in indoor track in the wintertime. It's the same type of thing. And that is Carroll putting it in for 2. So for those guys, sprinting down the court feels like nothing because they got that base from soccer. But the Durfee quickness is certainly there and should be a pretty big factor this season. They are down by 4, though, slow with the scoring early on. 13-9 the score. Shot clock off, 15 seconds left in the first quarter. Roach with it, hands it off to Knobloch. 10 seconds, and we got a whistle. And another foul on Durfee. And the first one for Brendan White. So the Hilltoppers kind of spreading the fouls around. 4th team foul for the Hilltoppers. 9.5 seconds to play. Roach will inbound. Going to the corner, and a quick 3 release for Nelson. It does not fall. Carroll sends it back out with 2 seconds. Roach for 3. Puts a stamp on the first quarter right there. That's a big 3 right at the buzzer. 16-9. The Shamrocks lead the Hilltoppers after 1. You look at this Durfee team, and plenty of familiar names back here this year. Only a couple guys lost to graduation last spring, so quite a few familiar names, and not just, say, subs from the bench, guys that actually make an impact on the team. And so for Coach Guimond, I mean, he's happy with that. He says, of course, it makes his job easier. Says doesn't expect, given the experience, doesn't expect to be overwhelmed necessarily with any opponents. And I mean, that's confidence when you can say that. He said, you don't get complacent, but there's nothing that should be a surprise to most of the team in terms of the schedule and who they play, and the opponents are all familiar in that respect. So depth is good, because he says they have been banged up. Again, 2 guys still out, Joe Camara and Remy Dumont. But given that depth that the team has on the roster, able to get through it, and you pull off something special like last Friday against Somerset. So good steal there. Gabe De Oliveira gets the ball back. Brendan White will take it across center. Evan Massoud with you here on Fred TV for the home opener, the Durfee Hilltoppers boys basketball season. One road game, and now they're back home. I should say home for the first time. That's going the other way. So both sides turning the ball over to begin the second quarter. Almost stolen again. Two Hilltoppers breaking right for the ball. Durfee's D looked pretty good in that first quarter. More of a matter of being able to get some points on the offense. Foul on Matt Carroll. That's the fourth team foul for the Shamrocks, so both sides with 4. That's the first foul of the second quarter for either side. Going for a long three, Tyshawn Lopes can't put it down. De Oliveira lost the rebound. Roach taking it back the other direction. Stolen, but taken right back by Nelson. Going to the basket. Morency comes away with it, finds Nilan Nera breaking 3-on-2. Nera to the basket, and it does not go in. Coach Freeman did not want to see a foul called. Brendan Campbell gets tagged with the foul there. Pardon me, that's number 4, Derek Knobloch with the foul. Nera hits the first one. Misses the second. And Nelson with the rebound got it to Roach. And they'll slow it up for a moment. A lot of moving parts here on the floor, I'll tell you. The ball's going side to side. Taken back by Gabe De Oliveira and stolen by Knobloch, and we'll go back the other direction. Knobloch gets it off to Pichette. And that's going to draw a foul right there. See Carroll going to the line. Second foul for Isaiah Morency. Durfee's 5th. Carroll at the line. And the first one doesn't go. I'll tell you this. Now that side, it's not falling either. Second one good. 1 for 2 on that trip. 17-10 the score. 2 minutes into the second quarter. White to De Oliveira, back to White. Back to De Oliveira, going underneath in the paint, and he throw it away. And Sullivan comes away with it, Luke Sullivan. Sullivan takes a 3, it's off the rim, into the hands of White. Full press here. White to the basket, and gets it to go. Five-point game. And the Durfee 6th man coming alive on the other side. Saw a couple alumni here back for Christmas break. 2-on-1, nice pass to Brendan White. Puts it in for 2 and a timeout. That's great passing right there from Lopes. I heard a whistle. There was no timeout. So we play on. 17-14 the score. Nice little bounce pass down low to Campbell. Campbell puts it up and is fouled. Another foul on Morency. He's got 3 now. Campbell shooting 2 at the line. So Brendan Cavallo, as the first one goes in, Brendan Cavallo checking in, and as expected, going to see Morency take a seat. We also have Bradford Nelson coming back in for the Shamrocks. So Campbell hit the first free throw. Trying to go 2 for 2 in his first trip. He does. Makes it 19-14. Hilltoppers were on a brief 4-0 run thanks to Brendan White. But the Shamrocks get 2 back. Cavallo lost it. Quick whistle there, and Bradford Nelson going to get hit with his second foul. Both sides with 6 fouls. They get it into Brendan White, back outside to A.B. Medrano. Medrano gets it to Tyshawn Lopes. White is got his hands up calling for it. Gonna call a travel on Lopes. Campbell in the paint, spins, puts it up, no good. Finds Carroll, using the height at the glass. Carroll puts it in for 2. Low scoring affair here early on at the Fieldhouse. Tell you, Coach Freeman said they want to control the pace of the game as A.B. Medrano puts up a 3. That's no good. Nera comes flying from the corner for the rebound. Hilltoppers will get another shot here. Narrow for 3. That's going to be wide to the right and short. But yes, Coach Freeman saying they want to control the tempo here. They know how quick Durfee is. They want to control the pace of play, and they've done that so far. Durfee's had some missed shots as well. Nice fadeaway jumper from Carroll. Off the bench, Carroll with 7 points. Tied for a team high. And it's a 9-point lead for the Shamrocks. Nera back to White, back to Nera. Bouncer to Cavallo, and he puts it in. And we got a timeout. And Cavallo with his first points of the game. And we take a quick timeout here. That makes it 23-16 with that basket. Coach Guimond was telling me that in that Somerset game there were quite a few missed threes early in the game, and actually even into the third quarter. And you know, they changed things up a little bit and went more onto a press, drive the lane, try to get to the basket and use the glass. And you know, the Hilltoppers, in terms of threes, only 2 of them. Tyshawn Lopes early, and Brendan White about midway through towards the second half of the first quarter. So we've seen more shots miss than go down. And we've seen Feehan drive the lane more here in the second quarter than in the first. Bradford Nelson opened with a 3, and then he missed his next 3 or 4. They're changing things up a little bit for the Shamrocks. Getting inside the arc and getting to the basket, and they're making their lead grow thanks to that. So we'll see if Durfee changes things up a little bit towards the end of this first half into the second half. Good feed to Roach, full steam ahead, gonna pull up. And no go that time for Nelson. Cavallo underneath, nice move. Cavallo off the bench here with 4 points. Toppers going man-to-man here on defense right now. Carvalho halted Nelson, and the Hilltoppers come away with it. Nilanera still with it, loses it. It's going to get it back. Going to get it to Tyshawn Lopes. So some good pressure on D will do for you right there. Nelson wanted the shot. Brendan White can't get it to fall. Nelson wanted the shot, couldn't take it, and then he lost it. Loose ball. Going to be Feehan ball right next to the bench. Roach, full steam. Nice feed to Carroll, all alone, waiting underneath. And just like that, off the bench, Carroll now the team high in scoring. He's got 9 points. White keeps it in, gets it to Medrano. Going to go across to Nilanera. Tyshawn Lopes to White. White wants a NBA three, a little long there for him. Didn't have the distance. That one was from way downtown. And the height advantage for Feehan showing right now underneath. Basket's good and one for the foul. Carroll again. They can't defend him. 7th team foul for the Hilltoppers. Brendan White picks up his 2nd foul. Carroll trying to make this a 3-point swing with 73 seconds to play in the first half. He does. It's a 10-point Shamrocks lead, largest deficit of the night for the Hilltoppers. Sharif Vaness into the game for Durfee. Number 10, Nilanera trying to cut it back. Never hit the rim. We also have Tyrone Watkins, number 0. He's in the game as well. 50 seconds left in this first half. Cavallo outside to Watkins. No good. Tipped, out of play. Feehan ball. Long pass all the way down court to Carroll. What a feed to Sullivan. Outstanding. Nera puts it up. No good. Nilan Ofer in the field here in the first half. Tough first half for him. 15 seconds, and Coach Freeman telling his team, slow it up. Roach with it. Roach drives it. Gets it back outside to Sullivan for 3. Feehan pulling away here at the end of the first half. That was not off in time. 15-point lead for the Shamrocks. 33-18 the score. Wow. Way to close out the second quarter by the Shamrocks, I'll tell you. They lead by 15 here at the break. Well, got a special treat for you here during halftime. I've been working on a feature story, I guess you could say kind of in my spare time almost, in addition to the daily responsibilities. Before the school year began, I caught up with a couple former Fall River High School athletes who are now in college. And the reason I did is because this basketball season marks the 5-year anniversary since the Conley Cougars Division IV boys basketball state championship run, which was the 2012-13 season. They won it in March at the TD Garden. And I was fortunate enough to catch up with 4 of the starters from that team during the summer, towards the end of the summer. And over the last couple weeks, I've been piecing that together to air here during the first basketball game of the season, kind of pay homage to that championship team here that really kind of put Fall River back under the spotlight in terms of basketball, because it's always been there, but kind of put Fall River back in the limelight again with basketball. So we're going to roll that pack, and we'll have the second half next.
Here in Fall River, the hardwood season has begun in high school sports. This winter also marks 5 years since the Conley Cougars championship run in Division IV boys basketball. Before this school year began, I had the pleasure of catching up with 4 starters from the championship team: John Gonzalo, Jack Santoro, Brian Quinn, and Tommy Keys. 5 years later, the memories are still as strong as ever.
It's funny, I still completely remember those last minutes. It's like you're looking at the clock, and I remember it was a decently close game. We kind of had them, but it was close enough to be worried. But when you're looking at that final minute on the clock, all the guys were just kind of looking at each other like, we're doing this. Like, oh my gosh.
All the history, in the Boston Garden is just absolutely incredible, and to be able to kind of step foot into that history is pretty cool too.
It sure was cool. This team accomplished something that most high school athletes only dream of. One thing that made this team special was the connection between the players. Lifelong friends, these guys had unmatchable chemistry.
We started playing together when we were like 7 years old, not in the same teams, but same like leagues and stuff like that. And then once we got to CYO and stuff, we played together. So we ended up playing together for like 6 or 7 years. So that chemistry was always there. So that did mean something at the end.
I mean, we loved playing on the court with each other. Anything, it was any sort of sport, but basketball was always the main one for us. And it made the whole season even more special, just being able to share with those guys. They're still my closest friends.
Despite what was a very successful regular season, the Cougars were seeded 6th behind some of their rivals in the South Division IV bracket. Being listed as the underdogs seemed to give the team added incentive to stifle the doubters.
A lot of people didn't even think we'd get through the first game, but that's how things go, and we had a fun run. We had a great group of guys, and I miss playing with them all the time.
The road to the Garden began with back-to-back home wins against Monomoy and Carver before heading to neutral ground for the semis versus Mashpee and the South Finals versus Cohasset. After winning the bracket, the Cougars advanced to the TD Garden in Boston for the state championship game versus Linfield and won 65-62. 1,000-point scorer Tommy Keys was clutch when it mattered most, going 10 for 10 at the line in the fourth quarter, a big reason why the Cougars outlasted the Pioneers.
I remember we were actually down going into the fourth, and we weren't really concerned. We knew they were a good team. We weren't playing as well as we could in the last couple minutes of the third quarter, but we brought it together. I remember Jack saying something. All the guys, we huddled up and said, all right, it's money time. We got to close this out right now.
It was helpful that we were all really close as friends too, off the court. We just really got along. We vibed together well, and so that made for good chemistry on the court as well.
Welcome everybody inside the TD Garden in Boston, Massachusetts. I'm Evan Massoud for Fred TV. It's hard to believe that 5 years have already come and gone. For me, that was my first winter sports season here at Fred TV, so it was quite a thrill in year one to be courtside at the TD Garden calling a championship game. Now, in those 5 years, though, a lot has changed. Here's what our state champs are up to now. Most of the guys continued playing sports in college. Jack took up rowing, and his varsity team at Fairfield made it to nationals. Brian is still playing baseball at Framingham, and during summers comes home to play at Chew Park in the Fribble League. For Tommy, basketball is his passion. Injury benched him last season. He's eligible to play this winter at UMass Dartmouth. John hung up his jersey in pursuit of a career in the medical field, majoring in health science at Stonehill. Regardless of where these Cougars are now or where they go, one thing's for sure, the memories from March 12, 2013 will last a lifetime. Reporting for Fred TV, I'm Evan Massoud.
All right, and we're back here at the field house. So, but yeah, as you saw, 5 years, can you believe it? I still can't believe it's been 5 years since getting to call a championship game at the Garden. And of course, the next year, Jack and John and Brian, and a couple of their other teammates, they won the title as juniors. So their senior year, they ended up right back at the Garden. But the Garden wasn't the last stop their senior year because of the expansion in divisions and so on in the MIAA. The DCU Center, the old Centrum in Worcester, was actually the site of the state finals. So when we went back the next year to Boston to the Garden, it was actually for the state semis. It wasn't the state finals because Division IV added Central and West to Division IV. It had just been North and South, and that was what you saw, Linfield versus Conley. The next year, there was North, South, Central, and West Mass Division IV. So, but needless to say, you know, they came up short in that one. But again, just to be able to be there, to win, to make it 2 years in a row to the Garden, most teams, you know, only dream of that. I mean, really, it was quite an experience. I know those guys will never forget it. It's certainly something I'm going to remember for a long time, too, to have been a part of that. So I thank those guys for their willingness to kind of reminisce, talk about themselves. It's not always the easiest thing to do, but I hope you enjoyed that one. So it is on our Facebook page, Fred TV Sports, as a standalone piece as well. So if you want to see it again, you don't want to scrub back and forth through this game, it's also on our on-demand server there and on our Facebook as its own piece. Brendan White starts the scoring off here for the Hilltoppers in the second half. And I got to tell you, they got to get some points, and they have to go on a bit of a run here. That's really the key here. They got to get some confidence back offensively. 9 points in the first, 9 in the second. That's just not the Durfee way. So, I mean, Feehan really kept the Hilltoppers offense at bay. They controlled the pace of the game like Coach Freeman said that he wanted them to do. And then, I mean, geez, Matt Carroll underneath, off the bench. He was not a starter, but he got minutes to play, that's for sure. Medrano with the rebound. Carroll with 10 second quarter points. Foul coming. And the Hilltoppers should be nil and near heading to the line. 34, that is Brendan Campbell, his second personal foul. First team foul of the second half. Nera puts the first one in. Had one trip to the free throw line in the first half. That was in the second quarter. He was 1 for 2 on that trip. 2 for 2 on this trip. 3 for 4 on the night. So a quick 5-0 run here in the first 45 seconds to begin the second half for the Hilltoppers. That's always a good start. And a turnover for the Shamrocks. They throw it away. So Durfee going to get it back. Brendan White going to inbound. Tyshawn Lopes with a first quarter three-pointer. And that's it for him for the night, too. So a quiet night, again, offensively for Durfee. A very quiet night. Brendan White with 7. Lopes with a long three. White gets the rebound. Little jumper from inside the paint. Morency back in. He has 3 fouls, was pulled. Still in play. Nera can't put it back. And finally, the Shamrocks come away with it as Pichette comes out of the pile there, spinning his way forward and down the court. Brendan White sticks the hand in, steals it to the hoop, fouled. Great aggressiveness right there from Brendan White. And he's going to head to the line for 2 shots. The foul goes on Pichette. So Brendan White, this is his first trip to the line. He's got 10 points so far. Make it 11. That one is short. And right into the hands of Campbell. So 1 for 2 on that trip. 11 points for White, leading the Hilltoppers in terms of scoring. It's a 9-point game. Roach to Nelson. Tipped by Morency into the hands of Nera. Morency's height has come into play a couple times tonight. He's had some good blocks, getting the fingertips in there. Tyshawn Lopes rolls that one in for 2. The Hilltoppers with an 8-0 run to begin the second half. It's a 6-point game. Sorry, 7-point game. And Coach Freeman was the one calling that timeout. Of course, you build a 15-point lead. You don't want to see it get cut in half or see it evaporate. And so he called timeout. Wants to get things straight. I'm not saying the Hilltoppers are in a full court press here, but you change things up a little bit, force the opponent to maybe make some mistakes, make some defensive plays. It all builds confidence, and that can change things. That's how you can get on these runs in a hurry. They throw it away. Lopes throws it away. Nobody home. I don't know what happened there. A little miscommunication. And the Shamrock's going to take it back over after turning it over again. Well, the Hilltoppers get it back. Possible foul missed and a possible travel missed. Both could have been called on the Shamrocks right there, but Durfee gets it back. That one off the glass. Nice putback by Brendan White. How about that? 10-0 run to start the third. And that is an offensive foul on Campbell. He doesn't like it. Rather, that was Nelson. Believe that was Nelson. That's what it looked like from Joel Waters, our referee. Going across to White. White trying to get free. Back out to Lopes. Lopes for three. Got it! 2-point game. It's a travel. Nothing doing. That last foul was indeed on Nelson. Third team foul. Campbell to Nelson, fakes it, gonna try to drive the lane. Can't put it up, bounces, Nelson gets it back, and he puts it in. Durfee started the third with a 13-0 run before that basket from Nelson to give him 9 points on the night. What a start to the second half. Bad throw there. Bad pass. Roach drives the lane. Hits the scoreboard. Campbell coming back in. He had been absent to start the second half. Carroll with a huge spark underneath at the second part of the second quarter. So play clock reset here after it went off of the clock. Feehan keeps the ball. The official's going to talk it over here now. .21 seconds on the play clock. Had to reset the clock to the proper time. Quick pull-up three is going to be no good. Goes out of play. Shamrocks will keep it. Lopes, last one to touch it. 35-31. Roach got to get it in. Just does. He get it to Campbell, has an open lane, puts it in off the glass. Campbell's first field goal. He had 2 shots from the line. He's got 4 on the night. 37-31 now. And the Durfee crowd getting right back into it here after such an electric start to the third. Nera wants a 3. No good. And unfortunately for Nillen, still nothing from the field in the game. Campbell taken away by A.B. Medrano. Feeds it to White. White can't get it to fall. Still a loose ball. Campbell wrapping Nera around. No fouls. Morenzi with a block down the other side. Tyshawn Lopes coming back with it. To the corner to White. This is for 3. It's no good. Medrano puts it up and a foul. Foul is Luke Sullivan's first foul. It's a fourth team foul, and it'll put Medrano at the line. He looks for his first points in the contest. This is his first trip to the free throw line. And the first one, a bouncer off the back of the rim, no good. Hits the second one though. Keeps Durfee above 50% from the line, just barely above 50% though. That first team foul for the Hilltoppers of the second half. Nera picking it up. Thrown out of play. Looks like Morenzi might have tipped it, so the Shamrocks will get to inbound it again. Get it right to Sullivan. Back to Roach. 5-point game. Was 15. Thrown away, much to the chagrin of Coach Freeman. White and Lopes trading possession. White looking for a lane. Couldn't get the shot off, hit the front of the rim. Didn't get a good arc on it because had to plow through some traffic there. Couldn't really extend. Coach Freeman saying to switch it up here, hold up the play. Want a different look, change up the coverage a little bit. Hilltoppers still playing a man-to-man defense here. One-on-one. A little bump. White goes down, a three, no good. A.B. Medrano with the rebound. Going to Nera in the corner. Nillen looking for his first basket. Can't get it to fall. And again, Coach Freeman saying to slow things down. Control the game. 2 minutes to play in the third. 37-32 the score, and to make it 39 after Pichette puts that one in. Thrown away right into the hands of Roach, who lunged for it. Nice! Underneath and around down. Back up to a 9-point game. 90 seconds to play in the third. Durfee slowed it up a little bit again here. Lopes wants a three, and it's no good. Nera extends. Nera puts it back, and he has his first from the field. 6 points, make it 5 points for him now. A little bank shot off the glass. Final 60 seconds of the third quarter, 41-34 the score. Pichette going around, frees up. Sullivan, no good. Campbell with the rebound. Blocked by Morenzi. Total denial right there. And Morenzi going to take a seat now with the final 44 seconds. Gets subbed out. Probably don't want a chance, some late quarter foul. He's already got three. There's a big three right there for Sullivan. His second from downtown, 8 points for him, 10-point game. 30 seconds left in the third. Carvalho in the paint, loses it, stripped from behind. Roach can't put it in. Carvalho comes out of the pile, gets it off to White. White taking a long three. That is not a great shot there. It was short of the basket. Carvalho is fouled. White had some room in front of him. I'm surprised he didn't pull up a little closer. Took that one out from maybe NBA range there. That one was from way downtown. Carroll going to pick up his second foul. It's the 15th foul for the Shamrocks. And Carvalho at the line puts in the first. .6 seconds to play here in the third. White kind of creeping back a little bit to prevent maybe a quick long pass down the court. Carvalho 2 for 2 at the line. 6 points for him. 3 seconds, Roach, the last second effort, all alone underneath, it doesn't fall. They had Knobloch waiting there. Couldn't put it down. Well, the good news and the bad news, Hilltoppers came out with a 13-0 run to start the third quarter, so that chipped away at the 15-point lead. They end the third quarter trailing by 8, so they cut the lead in half. Definitely some work to do. They won that third quarter, though. They put up 18 points. And they held the opponent to just 11. That's the lowest output of the night in any quarter for Bishop Feehan. So good job defensively, good job offensively. Got to see more of that if this comeback is to be completed. One of the biggest things is Carroll. He had limited playing time, but Carroll was held scoreless in that third. Here we go, fourth quarter from the Fieldhouse. 44-36, Feehan leads. Hilltoppers will have to pull off the comeback in their second straight game if they want to improve to 2-0 on the season. Knobloch to Roach. Quick pull up inside the arc, good for 2. 7 points for Roach. 10-point game again. Milanera puts that up for 2. Campbell open, nobody was covering him. Carroll goes underneath for the basket. Another 3 from Lopes, no good. Nelson to Knobloch to Roach to Campbell. Campbell lost it. Got it back. Carroll with the rebound. Lost it. Puts it up. Can't get it to fall. Out of play. The whole Feehan bench yelling for a tech because Nera slammed it down. And that's obviously a sign of frustration. You're not supposed to do that. Nelson, nice move around White, floats it, no good. Lopes going down the other direction. Gabe DeOliveira gets it back to him. Now Nera at the point. Back to White, now to Gabe. In the corner, has an open lane, puts, oh, that was pretty. DeOliveira with his first basket of the night, and he gets some style points too. Carroll hands it off to Knobloch. Pardon me, that's Roach. Roach for 3. 10 points for him. And now a timeout for the Shamrocks, who lead by 11. And while we're in the timeout here, we'll give you kind of a brief overview of some of the games we got coming up. When we get back from the break, we have some Diamond Hockey, a Mayflower League game against Blue Hills. Boys basketball back here, Durfee versus Snowden on Friday the 5th. Then we'll head to Diamond for some girls hoops and boys hoops. Girls against Conley and boys against Case before coming back home. Durfee girls, we'll get a look at the Lady Hilltoppers as they face off against Brockton. So pretty heavy slate of games here. That's what we're planning to do. Of course, everything's weather, permitting here. If there's any snow days or bad weather, we don't want our students coming out in that. So we play it by ear, but that's what we're hoping to do over the next the 2 weeks when we get back from the Christmas break. Lopes gets it. Fighting through traffic, can't put it down, and Campbell boxed out Morency right there to get that rebound. Hilltoppers need a defensive stop here. Carroll puts it up. Campbell gets the rebound, comes flying in. This is for three. Got it! Paul Roach from way downtown. Got to wipe down the court here as we got an officials timeout after Campbell went sprawling on the ground. So it is a 14-point game, 54-40. The Hilltoppers came out on fire to start the third, but the Shamrocks have pulled away again. And one good news for the Hilltoppers is that they have really limited the fouls. Only the one through basically a quarter and a half here in the second. White with another long three. That's good. Wow. Seen him take a couple of those from way out. They haven't gone, but that one had a little extra behind it. Lost the ball. Durfee gets it back. Tipped, loose ball. Campbell hits it off of Medrano to get possession back. Well done there by Campbell. He fires it back to Roach, who will inbound. Luke Sullivan coming back in. He's gonna replace Knobloch. They inbound it to Bradford Nelson. Roach gets it back. Little floater over three defenders to Nelson, going underneath to Sullivan, who just came in. He backs off, gets it to Roach from outside. Underneath to Carroll. Morency with the tip and the steal. He climbed the ladder right there. Again, we've seen that a few times tonight. He's looked good defensively. Going all the way across, and it is stolen by Campbell. That's a travel. Durfee gets it back. He was falling back and couldn't get the pass off in time. Brendan White gonna take a seat here with 4:04 to play. Gonna give way to Tyrone Watkins. Lopes to Medrano, to Watkins for an open three, and it's short. And Devon Williams waiting to check in now. Roach pulls up inside, and it's no good. Campbell puts it back, can't get it to fall. Medrano comes away with it. He takes a pull-up three, and it bounces in and out of the rim, no good. If you're Feehan, you just want to slow the game down now. Use every second of that play clock. Or shot clock, rather. And he still gets the fadeaway, the little jumper there from Roach. Roach with 10 fourth quarter points. 15 for the game. Medrano, that's in and out, no good. The three balls for the Hilltoppers here, not falling. Medrano comes away with it after the Shamrocks came up empty, almost threw it away. Alex Neal into the game, and Durfee throws it away. Well, with 2:19 to play, Hilltoppers trailed by 13 against Somerset, and they mounted the comeback. Well, they're down by 13 now. And now we're going to get a timeout from Coach Freeman. So 56-43 the score. Toppers have been held to just 7 fourth quarter points. Meanwhile, Paul Roach, again with 10 to his credit here in the fourth quarter, has outscored the entire Durfee team here in the fourth. Nelson will inbound to Roach. 10 on the shot clock, 2 minutes to play in the game. That is Sullivan. And Sullivan hits another three. He has 3 for the game, 11 points total. Devon Williams blocked. I heard a slap, so there was definitely contact there. Definitely contact there. That was not all ball. Feehan gets the timeout to maintain possession with 25 on the shot clock. That's good heads-up basketball because not one jump ball tonight. That very well could have been a jump ball. Instead, a quick timeout. That's good court awareness. (59-43) the score. 16-point lead for Feehan. That's the largest of the night. All alone was Roach. He didn't take a shot, though. And again, that's probably more of the mindset of, again, just letting the clock wind down here and secure the win. You take a quick shot and you miss, your chance giving it up. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Loose ball, and that'll Durfee gets the ball here. Medrano with a little pull-up jumper inside the paint. His first field goal, 16 seconds to play in the game. Blocked, but coming in to get it back, and now sending it back outside. Medrano, that should be for 3. And credit to Alex Neal for getting that one back. All alone is Carroll, and he puts it in. Carroll with 16 points off the bench. Heck of a game for him. Shot clock is off. Roach still gonna run a play here. Gets it to Carroll. 12 seconds. No fouls, 10 seconds. That's gonna be the ball game. The Shamrocks, after dropping 2 straight last year to Durfee, come into the Hilltoppers' house and take a pre-Christmas matchup here, 61-48. You know, credit to Durfee for the way they started the second half. I mean, they came out on fire with that 13-0 run, but they were never able to tie up the score and did not complete the comeback as Feehan put on an impressive show here, and they got contributions from a lot of different players. Again, Carroll with 16 points off the bench. Paul Roach with the 10-point fourth quarter. That really sealed the deal right there. Now for Durfee, Brendan White led the way. He had 16, but he really shined in the third. He had 6 points in the third, actually, and 4 in the second. So the middle quarters were his time to shine. A lone 3 in the first and a lone 3 in the fourth. So Durfee drops to 1-1 on the young season. And for Feehan, they improved to 3-1. They've played 2 Rhode Island teams and 2 Massachusetts teams. Moses Brown and Prout in Rhode Island. They played Walpole, and now they've played Durfee here in Mass, and they are 3-1 on the regular season. Again, Durfee now 1-1. Some basketball will be played this week for Durfee. They have another game on Friday. They're going to be across the street at Bishop Conley. And they will also have the Skip Karam tournament here during the Christmas break as per usual, an annual event here at the field house as well. So 2017 Sports Wires comes to a close on Fred TV. We'll see you in 2018 with more winter sports coverage. Happy holidays, everyone.